Hello. This is Macy's and the Maid, and it's a short story I'm working on regarding a maid who is obsessed with one of her male clients in New York City. So I'm starting just a little tellways into the beginning. When the young woman moved to the city, she wanted to recreate that magical feeling each time she stepped into Macy's. But once you've lived in New York for a few years, it never feels quite the same as when you first discovered it. It comes in unexpected moments, and even those don't last as long as you like. They fade into memories distracted by the constant duty of work. Even when the woman isn't working, she's working to make friends, working to steal a seat on a stuffy subway car, working to beat oncoming traffic to cross the street, and working to catch a very rare taxi ride across the bridge. Exhausted as she is from the day, she dreads evenings in bed when she has too much time to think. While she makes strangers feel welcome to come home, high school friends are getting engaged, married, buying a home, and having babies. Each summer had become a string of announcements and invitations. The closer she got to Friday, the easier she slept. The cartoonist on West 74th Street in Amsterdam likes to hold his crystal vases up to the fluorescent lighting to check for smudges. He only sees the young woman from his work-from-home days, Fridays. She stands off to the side, hands clasped behind her. She's always jumpy around him. "Excellent," he says, pushing his glasses up on his nose. He twirls the vase in a controlled fashion. Sometimes she imagines what it would be like to take off those dorky glasses. They are too big for his face and hide his blue eyes. She often wonders if there is another in his life. Each visit, she checks for suspicious signs of a woman's presence. First, the medicine cabinet, followed by the sock drawers. She saves the bedroom closet for last, the defining measure. If it was all clear on the front, only then could she breathe and get to work. The cartoonist sets one of the crystal vases back into the glass display and hands a $50 tip to the young woman. She stuffs the money in her small backpack and grabs her cleaning supplies to leave. On her third-floor walk-up studio in Brooklyn, the woman has to turn the key in a rigging motion, unlocking, locking, and unlocking again before it pops open. Luna purrs, following her feet as she lazily walks to the couch and drops her hobo bag to the floor. She stares at the 3-foot tree with missing branches on the windowsill. The salesman sold it to her for $10, and she decked it out with white lights, miniature balls, snowmen, and nutcrackers. Luna rubs her black fur against her calf. "Treat me, treat me." The woman wishes someone would treat her for a change. She doesn't even like cats and is partial to dogs. But Luna's big yellow eyes reminded her of an eerily crescent moon. She found her wrapped in a dirty rag in Prospect Park, shivering in the cold. Charity is her biggest crutch. If she could exchange it for ruthlessness like her father, maybe then she wouldn't be cleaning houses. But if she had to pick a real career, any of her choice, she couldn't decide. She is a klutz at dancing, hates numbers, can't hold a perfect pitch. Writing bores her, and children make her nervous. Cleaning comforts her. As a child, she used it as her escape. No one could lecture her, force unwanted errands upon her, or make her entertain boring family friends. She liked the way a clean room felt complete, more welcome to stand in. The following Monday, the cartoonist's door is ajar, which is unlike him. He is very particular about everything being in its place, so particular that he folds his dirty laundry. The young woman stands in the hallway, unsure about whether to enter. She pushes the creaky door and walks inside the living room. She hears papers ruffling in the bedroom and pokes her head into the hallway. He is tossing boxes into his bed. Perhaps he noticed she had been going through his things and wants to spy on her. She takes a seat on the leather chair, itchy palms stuffed between her knees. It seems like hours pass by when he finally comes out of the bedroom. She shuts her eyes. "Earth to Eva," he says. She opens her eyes and sees a mint green bag dangling in his hands. It's been 3 years, and not once has he given her a gift. What is it?" she asks, looking up at him. "Open it." She takes the bag and unties the strings and the handles, carefully unwrapping the paper on her lap. Inside were a pair of black leather gloves. "Now your hands won't freeze to death," he says, squeezing her palms in his. A wave of shock tickles her hands up to her chest. "Thank you," she whispers. "I hope you enjoy them." "Oh, I will," she says. He grabs his briefcase and leaves. The young woman sits for a long time in the same spot, stroking the gloves, every inch of them. She has never owned a leather pair. She replays the image in her head, the way he looked at her and touched her hands. She has to return the favor. She finishes cleaning his place early and calls out sick to remaining clients. Strolling Macy's men's department, she almost turns back. This is a bad idea. What is she thinking blowing off clients? But he had noticed her. He knew she didn't wear gloves, only what does she buy not to come off too desperate? A man always looks good in a nice tie, her mother had once said. A tie is akin to a woman's shoe. She has to get it right. Browsing tables of silk ties, she holds up a black diamond print in her left hand and a solid green one in her right. Of all the time she looked in the cartoonist's closet, not one suit comes to mind that these ties would match. Can I help you, miss? A young male clerk startles her. She feels as if this stranger has caught her in a dirty secret. She looks at the ties and shakes her head yes. The male clerk smiles and gently takes the ties from her hands. Is this for a gift? Yes, she blurts. He shakes a finger in the air, nodding his head as he walks to another table trays. Let's go with conservative, with a slight amount of detail. Red, white, black, or blue is a universal gift tie. He grabs a red tie with blue dots and a black one with white stripes. You want to give just enough accent to whatever color shirt he is wearing. Is it 100% silk? Yes. Feel how light it is. She takes the ties and imagines the cartoonist trying it on for her. I'll take these. Thank you. You're welcome. Happy holidays, ma'am. The register totals $80. It would set her shopping day back 1 month. She had been saving for a nice pair of jeans. Twice she goes back to Macy's, bag and receipt in hand. Each time she looks up at the giant sign in the corner, rubs her gloved hands together, and shuffles her feet against the mushy brown snow back to the subway. The young woman moves the red gift box wrapped in gold sheer ribbon from his bed to the living room table to the kitchen counter. Neither spot seem appropriate, and each too intimate, too daring, too desperate. Instead, she waits on the sofa with the gift box on her lap, fingers trembling. She stands at attention when she hears the door unlock. Hello, Eva, the cartoonist says. He slips out of his boots in the hall before stepping inside to hang his coat. The woman shuts her eyes and breathes, counting 1, 2, 3 in concentrated short breaths. She is sure he will see her heart pounding. Crossing her arms, she walks up to him and unintentionally shoves the gift in his chest. For you, she says. He takes a half step back and grows red in the face. I wasn't sure if it was your style, but I hope you like it. He unties the ribbon and opens the red box. The woman folds and unfolds her arms as he ruffles the wrapping paper to find the ties. Thanks, he says, quickly stuffing the ties back into the box and setting it on the wall table. He walks to the kitchen to inspect his crystal vases. Beautiful job as always, Eva, he says. The young woman looks at the box and at him. He could have at least tried one of them on. She yanks her coat off the hanger, knocking it off the closet rack. The cartoonist reaches for his wallet from his back pocket and hands her the tip. The woman frowns and snatches it. Are you all right? He asks. I'm fine, she says in a short tone. He watches her lace her boots. Have I done something? She could tell him he was a jerk for pretending to care, that she felt stupid for obsessing over him, that she wishes she never bought the damn ties, that she never met him. Instead, she simply says, no. The young woman cries as she walks back to her car, trying to hide her tears from onlookers, even though it doesn't matter. A mother offers a pitiful look as she wheels a stroller. A man carrying groceries avoids eye contact. And an old man standing behind a fruit stand says, Such beautiful face. Why are you crying, baby? He makes a sad face and she keeps walking, head down, bald fish shoved in her pockets. She cannot go back to cleaning the cartoonist's home. She tosses her backpack and cleaning supplies into the company van, wishing she could crawl into bed and cry herself to sleep with Luna by her side. She yanks off the gloves and throws them into a trash can on the corner. He didn't even say thank you, just a lousy thanks. He acted as if the ties were nothing the way he quickly discarded them. He was ungrateful, and she wants him to know it. She turns around and runs back to the apartment. Thank you.